I had been to the environmental, social governance, and this ultimately oil and gas is the driving force of energy in the world. That is to be next 50 years or 100 years, I don't know, whatever time. As on today, you don't have any alternative energy which can drive the world. Very simple. But because we all are living on a mother nature earth, we don't have any other second choice to live in.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to FaceTime with Leaders, where we dive deep into the journey of exceptional minds shaping the world of business, governance, and strategic leadership. I'm your host, Sunny Bancholi, and today we are in the company of someone whose career spans continents, industries, and some of the most complex projects in the oil and gas sector. Joining us today is Mr. Sanjay Ghoshal, an accomplished leader with over 3.5 decades of global experience in oil and gas, EPC, petrochemicals, and infrastructure. Dr. Ghoshal, it's truly a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you. It's pleasure for me also. Thank you, Sunny.
So, Dr. Sanjay, from spearheading mega EPC projects in the Middle East to leading operational strategy as a CXO and profit center head, your portfolio reads like a masterclass in project and operations leadership. And I must say, managing $1,500 million plus in projects, leading teams of hundreds, and holding executive roles in companies like UCC Holding, ADNOC, Samsung, GAIL. That's the kind of impact that shapes industries.
Thank you. Thank you for your kind words. It's a pleasure. It's a very long journey, more than 3 decades. And we had been executed few of the most critical projects in entire Middle East. Last projects I have been as a project head and project director. It was one of the highest pressure rating pipeline project in entire Middle East. We have done a couple of projects which are very forerunner, difficult to execute in a brownfield, having a lot of challenges, that inherent challenges. No project management books in the world writes those things in a very straightforward way, but we have executed that. It's a under of course my leadership, but we have a very strong team and a good teamwork. And being a leader of the team, I have guided the team, approved the methodology, and made it happen.
Amazing, amazing. And what's more fascinating is that you are not only technically grounded with credentials like a PhD, PMP, chartered engineer, and even a master diploma in hydrogen technology, but you've also played a pivotal role in advancing sustainability, strategic operations, and safety cultures across regions. Great.
Thank you.
So, for everyone listening in, please settle in because this is going to be an insightful conversation. Dr. Sanjay,
Thank you,
every
Sunny.
journey has a beginning. So, could you take us back and walk us through your story, where it all began, the key moments that shaped your path, and how you have evolved through it all? We are all ears.
Thank you, Sunny, for asking this question. It's really a challenging journey, but I started my career was by the grace of God. I had been always a forerunner in my career. I had been a topper in my university, gold medalist. I had been awarded by special state merit scholarship, and throughout my school days, I had been topper by the grace of God. And After my passing out in 1989, I preferred to join one of the government sector, Hindustan Copper Limited. They are having one of the only national public sector undertaking dealing with the copper smelting and copper producing those days. They have the full vertical integration and horizontal span of copper business, including the mining, production, marketing, everything, and operation, everything. And they have many small projects like pollution control projects. Those days in 1990-91, I had been assigned as a project in charge for the pollution control project for reducing the pollution for air pollution by monetization of the sulfur dioxide gas. It was a very challenging project, and my journey towards project and learning phase started at that time. I am a very vivid learner, and I always thinks that every day you have to wake up with a new things to learn. That is my own methodology. So I started this journey, and it was a very challenging, of course, the initial phase. Then I switched to GAIL India Limited. In GAIL is one of the you might be knowing, one of the Navaratna company, and they are having the largest gas pipeline network in India, not only India, in Asia also those days. I had been to the petrochemical plant, LPG plant, LNG, cross-country pipeline. It was a 12-year journey in GAIL. Then I left GAIL and having a vertical shift to Kane India. Then after 3 years in Kane India, that's two also projects. I have started the first and foremost while in private sector in India, that is the Mangla process terminal. I have been awarded as a gold medalist for the project execution, and we got a lot of appreciation later. But the headhunters are very behind me, and I got an offer of general manager from Samsung EPC division, and I shifted to the Korea and India both. Had been there for more than 3 years for GM, FPSO, onshore, offshore oil and gas, and various projects, brownfield and greenfield projects. Then I started looking at the Middle East, various regions, maybe the different challenges. I had been to South Korea also, proud of that, for this Samsung assignment. Then I switched to the Middle East. Middle East, I had been to last 10 years in ADNOC projects, various capacity, project manager. I am approved project manager, senior project manager, project director of ADNOC. ADNOC is one of the big oil and gas producer in entire GCC country. So that was around 10 years. I had been selected for the golden visa of UAE. I am awardee of the golden visa for my PhD and very skilled and scientific temper manpower, scientific category, scientist category. So golden visa of UAE. I had been to UAE 10 years. Then I got a big opportunity from UCC Holding. They are one of the biggest infrastructure, oil and gas, LNG, hydrogen. They have the name and many entities across the globe in Kazakhstan, everywhere. So I got a good offer. So I decided to switch because it was a director position and with a very strong portfolio. So I switched. Now I'm continuing there. That is in brief my career span. Thank you, Sunny, for choosing me for interview.
That's such a powerful journey, Dr. Ghoshal. And hearing it in your own words brings a lot of clarity and inspiration. It reminds us that every accomplished leader begins with a series of honest, determined steps.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, continuing our conversation, Dr. Ghoshal, I want to touch on something that genuinely moved me while going through your journey. 50 million man hours without a single lost time incident. My God.
Yeah. So I believe in very strong safety culture. Normal project management is pushing very hard, bypassing the safety and safety level. It's a big risk because human safety and man, machine, everybody's safety at risk. So I believe in a very strong safety culture, process in place. Everybody from a blue collar worker till the C-level executive should have a respect, very strong respect to safety culture. So I believe that, and the placing of all the permit system. In oil and gas, you have a very strong work permit system. Without proper approval of the work process, no one should be allowed to carry out any of the work, whether it is a hot work or cold work or whatever so be. So I enforced, and that was the process, and we have empowered the safety officer, the safety manager, and those who are at the ground level safety inspectors to stop the work if there is any violation. So this way, I had been lucky enough that I have no lost time injury in any severe nature, means like any fatalities or something in my lifespan. It is of course luck, my safety culture to the core level. It is not in the book level, to the core level, and by grace of God also. That is also one of the, that is one thing I believe, that the project can be 1 day or 2 day delayed, but if any accident or incident happens, it will have a very big motivational impact on the workforce. So they will be always fearing, and the productivity will be drastically down. So rather than be a big loss, be safe, do it planned manner, do it safely, so that consistent productivity will be there and people will be happy to work in a very safe environment. That is my because in the oil and gas you don't have any second chance. Always you have to be very safe focus, and safety is your foremost priority. So that's my area of interest and very area of focus. Thank you.
Absolutely, Dr. Ghoshal. There is a quite strength in putting people first, and hearing how deeply that's woven into your leadership is truly inspiring.
Thank you, Sunny. Yeah, actually, leading a team of 500 people and 500 to 700 people, all are not definitely reporting to me, but your MIS, the management information system, should be strong enough to get the thing, and you should have the information channel very strong, and your decision making should be very fast. Thank you. Please carry on.
Absolutely, and that really says a lot about the kind of leader you are, Dr. Ghoshal. So, okay, so moving ahead, you have handled some of the most complex brownfield projects in high-risk industries, and that really stands out. Unlike greenfield setups where you start fresh, brownfield work demands that you navigate existing systems, live operations, and tight constraints, all without missing a beat. So, how do you personally approach this kind of complexity? And what shifts in your strategy when you are leading a brownfield project?
That is a very fantastic question, Sunny, and it's really, I appreciate the question it is very relevant and fantastic question. Greenfield projects, it's not that is very simple. You have a very open canvas, and canvas is you can draw your own story on the own picture on the greenfield. But brownfield projects, somebody already drawn something and you have to correct something. No, in the canvas, somebody drawn something, and you are the project head or director or operation head. Your responsibility to correct this canvas or make it better. So brownfield projects, I did almost 50-50, and it has a own challenge. There is a project where a refinery is running, where the petrochemical complex is running. You have the lot of challenges, lot of challenges. The machine safety, the operation should be on without any hindrance. The productivity should be very high, and the interns profitability should be very high, and projects should not be delayed. Proper process and procedure to be followed. Like debottlenecking project, which I did, it has a big challenges, and I did one modification project, one projects where refinery is running, and these are the challenges which has a own peculiarity for every projects. It is not a cut paste from this project to that. Every project brownfield is unique. So you have to do a proper root cause analysis, why this project has been conceptualized by the client, why they want this modification alteration job. So this way I have executed the project. It's a own strategy, and strategy has no copy. It is own mindset, your own caliber, and once you do drill down to the deep, your path is open in front of you. You can start.
Absolutely, Dr. Ghoshal, and your approach isn't just about managing complexity, it's about navigating it with insight and composure. And that's something only experience can teach.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely correct.
Dr. Ghoshal, one thing that stands out in your journey is the scale at which you have led operations across countries, cultures, and massive teams. So, scaling operational teams globally isn't just about hiring and expanding capacity, of course. It's about aligning expectations across vastly different environments. So, in your experience, Dr. Ghoshal, what are some of the most common blind spots organizations tend to miss when they are scaling operations globally, especially when it comes to people, processes, or cross culture dynamics?
It's a very, very, very niche question. Definitely, I appreciate your question. This is a very good question, in fact. Handling people is the most complex management skill in the world. It has own. You can handle, you can operate a machine, but if you handle a human being, because human is the most complex machine, you can say otherwise. Uh, where I've been working at present and past, at present we have 100 nationalities. You can imagine 100 nationalities working in a organization, and every nationality is having own culture, own working style, own upbringing, because the culture and upbringing to handle people, this is a very difficult task. In my past project, I had been handling the Egyptian, Pakistani, Syrian, Indonesian, Filipino, Chinese. I think more than 16 nationalities in my workforce. So you have to have a pre-study, because now you have many things available in internet. Their work culture, their how they behave. Like in Koreans, they have a different work culture. They have own style of working. Chinese having own work culture, Indonesian, Filipinos, they all, India also having own set to have cultural assimilation. It's a challenge, but of course, as time passes, you have to accept this challenge, and I had been so far successful.
Absolutely. And your insight shows that global leadership isn't just about scale, it's about empathy, adaptability, and seeing the invisible threads that hold teams together across borders and cultures.
Exactly, exactly. It is a go along, and we have to respect everybody's culture. You have to respect and everybody's culture, their aspiration, their various things, understability, their adaptability. These all things. It is not a one-day affairs. If you work years in a very cross-cultural large organization, then only you can gain those experience, and day by day, every day is a new experience for me.
Absolutely, Dr. Ghoshal. Uh, that is why I'm so curious. As you look ahead, what does the next chapter look like for you? Are there particular aspirations you are leading into now, perhaps even in the boardroom, where your strategic insight, operational depth, and global perspective could shape decisions at the highest level?
Yeah, I had been to the very CXO level and very decision makers level so far. Of course, everybody having own aspiration. I am now almost next 5 to 7 years in my career left. Maybe active career 5 years or 6 years. After that, maybe the part-time consultancy, board level consignment, or next 5 years active career. I may be searching for a CEO level of a large organization. That is my aspiration, but it depends on the challenges. The very small organization CEO, and at present my aspiration may be equal. So I want to be that way, but I have nothing very urgent. But definitely I will be active role by next 10 to 15 years for various organization, either part time, full time, or preferably full time by next 5 years. Let's see what happens.
Absolutely. And it's inspiring to hear how you're looking to translate decades of ground experience into shaping big picture decisions. It's a kind of insight today's boardrooms genuinely need.
Thank you for your appreciation.
So, Dr. Ghoshal, with your decades of experience across high impact industries like oil and gas, where operations intersect so closely with environmental and social factors, how do you see ESG evolving for a compliance checkbox to a leadership responsibility?
I had been to the environmental, social governance, and this ultimately oil and gas is the driving force of energy in the world. That is to be next 50 years or 100 years, I don't know, whatever time. As on today, you don't have any alternative energy which can drive the world. Very simple. But because we all are living on a mother nature earth, and we don't have any other second choice to live in. So definitely I had been to the LNG, and I am expert of LNG. Now LNG projects at present organization, also I am doing due diligence, technical due diligence for 5 LNG projects. I have been to associated for green hydrogen project in the Middle East. We have executed successfully one green hydrogen projects. I had been to the solar and flare gas optimization. That is the biggest money minting exercise any company can do to reduce the flare in oil and gas, and utilize that gas instead of burning for power generation, for re-injection. Because my last project, I did the same. We have re-injected the gas in the well to enhance the oil recovery. We can use this flare gas to drive small gas engine to generate power and supply power to various villages, particularly in India. We should stop flaring immediately, and we utilize that gas. There are why to waste this by burning? There are technology available in the market like VOC technology, various technology available now. It depends on the case to case. So I believe that environmental and oil and gas, LNG, hydrogen, these are all babies of oil and gas. Oil and gas is a big banyan tree, and below that sub all comes. So we need energy, and energy is a need for civilization to grow. Without energy, you cannot think of anything. But environment also go along. It is gone those 20-30 years that you are burning some smoky fuel, and you are killing the people and getting secondary diseases. You have to be conscious. You have to think of the SOx, sulfur dioxide, and NOx reduction. There are technology available, only adaptability and the project management skill and operation skill needed to select those and make an informed decision.
That's such a grounded perspective, Dr. Ghoshal. It's refreshing to hear ESG is not just as a policy, but as a leadership mindset. And hearing it from someone who has led real-world operations adds so much weight to that vision.
Thank you, Mr. Sunny.
So you have had such a rich leadership journey already, Dr. Ghoshal. And now you have added another meaningful chapter by joining Directors Institute. So I'm curious to ask you, what drew you to this next step at this stage in your career?
Yeah, it's a good question. I understand, but first of all, if I got as an independent directors entity, I can be the board member to any Indian or abroad organization, because people do need competent member in the board. So that is one of the, and that I don't need after 5 years or 10 years, I don't need my full-time engagement. So it may be a very occasional, maybe monthly or maybe quarterly. This way I can diversify my career after 5 years. Moreover, I will have a cross-functional knowledge by getting through all the board corporate governance tits and bats. So these are things is additional knowledge to my domain. It will be get good spices to my domain. So that's my intention at all to join this issue.
So wonderful to hear that, Dr. Ghoshal. It's clear that even after such an accomplished career, your commitment to continuous learning and strategic growth is as strong as ever.
Thank you.
Let me tell you, Dr. Ghoshal, this conversation has been nothing short of inspiring. From your vast leadership across continents to the way you approach safety, operations, and now governance, it's been a true masterclass for our audience. So thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your wisdom with such openness.
Thanks, Sunny. Have a nice day. And It's really a pleasure to talk to you, and your questions are very well selected, and really I enjoyed that conversation.
Thank you once again, Dr. Ghoshal, for joining in. And to our audience, thank you for tuning in to FaceTime with Leaders by Directors Institute. Stay curious, keep learning, and we will catch you in the next episode with more voices that shape the future of leadership. Until then, take care and keep leading forward. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.